Thanks, y'all, and I think it's very important because we are going to be asking the Brownsville City Commission and the county commissioners to endorse what's being endorsed all over the United States. A constitutional amendment. It's a long, long process. A constitutional amendment which will alter the way campaigns are funded. In brief, corporations should not be considered as people. And as you know, $3 to $4 billion were spent on the last election, federal, state, and local. And it really has very little to do with what party you're connected with. And we would like to get money, money, money out of the elections. Is it a dream? I don't know, but we're going to try. It's a little early, but it's better than we're doing it now.
It's such an honor to be with all of you here today, and I agree totally. We have to take our government back and make sure that those people that are running for any type of political office should understand that it's about the people and not the money. Because we are the ones, if we gather together and we empower one another to make changes, it makes a big difference in this country. As Jean was telling you, I ran my campaign on $6,000. My two opponents spent $80,000 and $30,000 to get elected for a job that does not pay a dollar. I did it because I want to serve the people and make a difference in the party. But again, I want to tell you, years ago when Doris Hadhawk, those of you that don't know Granny D, walked to Washington and lobbied Washington, D.C. and its senators and its congressmen to make sure that they understood that money should not be the reason why people get elected here in the United States. People that are running for office should be elected by the people, by all of us, the people that work, the people who pay taxes, and the people who are wanting to see differences and make changes in this country. So I encourage each of you to go out and talk to other people and tell them the importance of how their vote can make a difference. People don't understand my vote doesn't count. It counts, especially counts when we're in numbers. One of us can bring in 10 people, the other person can bring 10 more, and as we grow that, it becomes an empowerment. And we need to let a lot of these people that are elected, that got elected because of money, that money does not make the difference. It is the people of the United States of America that make the difference. I will leave you with this final quote. We have a duty to look after each other. If we lose control of our government, then we lose our ability to disperse justice and human kindness. Our first priority today, then, is to defeat utterly those forces of greed and corruption that have come between us and our self-governance. Doris Granny D. Hadcock. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing me to speak this afternoon. God bless.
Good afternoon and welcome to this extremely important rally. I would ask you to keep in mind one basic principle. Organized people outrun organized money. Always have and always will. And that's our basic operating principle. You don't need me to tell you that we're here on serious business. Serious business can be fun, as we see, but serious business, and the serious business is nothing less than overturning, getting rid of Citizens United. Because it's one of the worst, maybe the worst decisions in Supreme Court history. Obscene in conception, evil in its consequences. Money taking over our government, taking it out of our hands, establishing a substitute for the noble ideal expressed by Abraham Lincoln at Gettysburg. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. This decision of the Supreme Court is a threat to that. They want to substitute money, of government, crass government, of money, by money, for money, leaving you and me and the overwhelming majority of our citizens excluded, in bondage to them. So we are here to join an effort to get rid of that citizen voted ruling, to overturn it, restore our government to ourselves. Now let's not be deterred by the fact that we're a small group here. I will say a bit about that right now. Let's listen to Margaret Mead a world-renowned 20th century cultural anthropologist, who in 1948 said this, quote, never doubt that a small number of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever happened. And so let's remember that as we move forward to achieve a constitutional amendment that will free us from the just terrible, awful decision of the Supreme Court. Let me give you one example. Margaret Mead, when she said that, was talking about critical mass. And she was saying, in effect, that critical mass is not a matter of numbers. It is a matter of conviction, of determination, of generosity, and perseverance.
Por la oportunidad de dejarme hablar en español, porque la comunidad hispana en los Estados Unidos cada vez es más importante. Cada vez es más importante. Antes participaba poco en la política. Participa mucho en la economía para hacer de este país grande, pero recibe mucho menos de lo mucho que le da a este país. Y además es hasta ahora que la comunidad hispana participa en la política y es muy importante que sea tomada en cuenta. Pero la desigualdad de la que estamos hablando, las empresas versus las personas, esta desigualdad no permite que las agendas en la política se enfoquen en las necesidades de la gente. Gracias por darme la oportunidad de hablar en español, de representar a esta parte tan importante de los Estados Unidos. Cada vez más el español es crucial, y quien no sabe español se pierde una parte muy importante de lo que es este país. Y por la oportunidad que nos ha dado este país, a los que venimos de México, de América Latina, pero también lo que le hemos dado a nosotros, queremos también participar de la política y de la economía en esta nación de manera más igual. Gracias.
Good afternoon, my name is Denise Blanchard. I want to thank the Texans for better citizenry to be here today, Madeline, and I just want to thank everyone here today. Listen, there's a lot of people that are not here today that probably, if they knew what's really going on, would want to be here today. But it's going to be up to us. We the people. That's what our government is about. It's about we the people. The Supreme Court ruled in a 5-4 vote, ruled that since dollars are a fundamental avenue to getting the word out, limiting it hampers the First Amendment rights to free speech. In other words, money equals speech, and corporations have the same right to free speech as individuals. Therefore, corporate political spending can be illegal. Is that common sense? No, it's not. But yet it is the rule and it is the law of the land right now. However, it is important to note Supreme Court rulings can only be overturned in 2 ways. The U.S. Supreme Court reverses its own decision by making contradictory decisions on a current case. So, the Supreme Court, one way is the Supreme Court can overrule itself through another current case. Or secondly, Congress and the states can overturn a decision by amending the Constitution with 3/4 of the state legislatures calling on Congress to hold a constitutional convention. That's why you are here today. That's why these petitions are important, because it starts with we the people, grassroots. In order to get our state to rise up and say, yes, we want this overturned, or we want an amendment, it takes 3/4 of all the states in the union to come forward. And we need Texas. We need Texas to stand up and be one of those states. I understand currently there are about 500 cities, 11 states. There's still a lot of work to do. Again, it takes us. It's going to take all of us, we the people. And you can start here, you can start today if you want to see change. Sign the petition, write your legislators, and get involved. Because without it, we will begin to lose our voice over the voices of special interests. So thank you, and God bless each and every one of you for being here today, for caring about your country and about your rights. Thank you, God bless you.